Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. I hope your day is going great. My apologies for the slight delay. For some reason, I was having a little bit of difficulties there getting everything set up, but we're good to go and we're live and we're here to hang out. And I got a special guest with us today. What's everybody up to? Let's see. Hang on here. Let me just click that, and then we're gonna do this. Sam's here. Harry Dude's here. Sam says hello, everyone. Hello, Sam. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. And Harry Dude says, "What's up? I remembered the time change this week." Right on. Right on. Awesome. Well, what are we up to today? Harry Dude, what are you working on this morning? I gotta remember that you're tomorrow morning here. But it's still early morning, right? I think you're still like 1 a.m. or something. Dastardly Dave! Dave says, sup? Oh, what's up, Dave? How are you? And Donna's here. Donna says, hey, hey, hey. Good morning, Donna. Right on. Well, it has been... Well, this last few days and probably the next few days, I'm in crunch mode. I have the guitar show this coming Sunday in Denver, and I'm in preparation for everything for that, trying to run through the mental checklist, make sure I have all the guitars ready to go, make sure I have all of the stuff. And I think so far we're in pretty good shape. So I got just a few things left to do. And then we'll be off early Sunday morning for the drive to Denver. Thankfully, it's not that bad. Harry Dude says it's 2 a.m. here on the East Coast of Australia. Right on. Well, I was off by an hour. I'll blame the time change for that. Right on. Let me just move this a little. Cool. And Robert's here. Robert says, hello, people. Hello, Robert, and good morning. Donna says, good luck. Make sure you take Haley with you to advertise. Yeah, she probably won't be going up with me first thing in the morning, but I'm hoping a little bit later on once things open up. The doors don't actually open until 10. They do like an early bird thing for the first hour. And then at 11 o'clock, doors open to the general public. I guess they, for that first hour, they charge a little bit more for admission so you can get there ahead of the crowds. And, but I'm going to be leaving here at like 6 a.m. to get up there. Load-in starts at 7, from 7 to 10. I don't need to be there quite at 7, but maybe 7:30. Get things in and set up. But yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm excited. Getting everything. I'm still waiting for like a banner and a couple things to show up, which hopefully will be showing up in the next day or two. But yeah, it's good. It's just gonna be fun. Looking forward to seeing some people that I met there last year and some new people that are going to be there as well. But anybody that's in the Denver, Colorado area this coming Sunday, check it out. Guitar show. I've posted some information with the address and stuff. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's just some awesome, a ton of guitars on display from local luthiers, and then also some, like some specialty shops selling, high-end factory-made things. There's just a huge variety. Acoustics, arch tops, electrics, all kinds of cool stuff is going to be there. It's going to be great. And I'm going to be trying to kind of video, I guess what would we call it, a vlog of the day. So I'll be running around with a camera and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm excited. Robert says guitar the guitar looks good. I'm guessing. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, I'll grab it here in a minute. Sam says those Knipex electrical cable shears are so good. I got 2 more pairs. Wow, they must be really good. That's good to know. I like to I like to hear when a tool is working well for someone because it gives me ideas. Maybe I might need some. And David's here. David says, greetings from Wisconsin. Well, greetings, David. How are you? How's everything in Wisconsin this morning? Sam says, too far to swim to see a show. It is a little bit of a swim. You're not wrong. Yeah, yeah, that would be, yeah. I get it. It's all good. Cheers. A coffee cheers to all of you. Yes, the guitar. It's together. It's done. It plays. And it sounds really good too. I finished wiring it up yesterday morning and got it all set up. And I really like it. Happy with the way it turned out. I got to be careful because I already banged it into the ceiling. But yeah, it turned out cool. I like it. I like that matte look, matte finish. I'm digging it. I can't really play it because it's a righty, but it's awkward. I like it. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool. Hopefully, maybe I'll get lucky and won't bring it home from the show. But there. Now it's not upside down. Yep, the mahogany quilted maple, flame maple neck, Powell Faro fretboard with spalted maple fretboard markers, reverse headstock, and I did put the string tree on there. We got Seymour Duncan pickups, Schaller bridge, CTS pots, and a three-way switch. No fancy coil splitting or anything like that. Just a good solid piece right there. I'm happy with it. Uh-oh, what's going on here? There we go. And it will be at the guitar show. Robert says, yeah, you figured out what I meant to type. Yeah, I try. Yeah, says Sam. Might not get the response you're hoping for. You're probably not. Sam says, excellent guitars. Thank you, my friend. Raymond says, good morning. I like the guitar too. Nice. Well, thanks, Raymond, and good morning to you. Hair Dude says, did you true oil the body as well? Yes, I did. True oil on the net. The whole thing is true oil. And yeah, it worked out good. Yep, I kind of wanted that, matte type of finish, but I wanted that oil to be able to kind of bring out a little bit more of the grain. But yeah, I really like the neck. Feels great. It's nice and smooth, kind of satiny feel. I like it. Yeah, it went much better than I initially thought it was going to. Paul says, good morning. Well, I mean, Paul's here. Good morning, Paul. There, I got a little tongue twisted there. What's going on? How are you doing this fine Wednesday morning? Robert says, yeah, Jimi Hendrix was left-handed. Just set up a right-handed guitar to play as a lefty. Yes, he did play lefties at some point. I don't know, like timeline stuff, but yeah, you just restring it, set it up as a lefty. I actually have a right-handed guitar that I've switched around as a lefty. I used to use it for when I was in the cover band, not for any particular use necessarily, but it was just something different. I got the guitar super cheap and thought it would be kind of fun just playing it upside down. I ended up re-drilling the hole, to put the strap on the other side. It's a Strat style, the one that I have. And I did replace the pick guard and put the switch for the pickup in kind of a weird spot, just so so I could still have the options to do some things. But yeah, it was kind of fun. Paul says, "You ready for the show?" I'm almost ready for the show. I've been working this week. Well, yesterday was getting this thing completely ready to go, finished the wiring, got it all set up, and I've been going through, well, probably since the weekend, I've been going through the guitars that I'm taking, double checking the setup, intonation, all that stuff, getting everything ready. I'm taking like five guitars with me. So just kind of, double checking, making sure everything's good, and, gathering up other things. Just been working on getting stuff together. I'm almost ready. Just a couple more things to gather up, I guess. But we will be ready by Sunday morning because I don't have a choice. Donna says it turned out bad as. Right on. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm super happy with it. Sam says on YouTube, someone's got a rotating guitar neck. I bet it's difficult to play. I feel like I've seen that, and like the whole thing rotates or something. It's kind of interesting. Why won't it scroll you? There you go. Paul says guitar looks great. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I'm digging it. It sounds good too, from what little I can play on it. Yeah, hopefully everyone else likes it as well. Maybe we'll get some people playing it at the show, and you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Sam says perhaps you could make a special guitar for visually impaired to play with more tactile added. I'm sure you could. You'd put something along the neck. I'm not sure. Robert says to Sam, yeah, I saw the thumbnail in that video, but have not watched it. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that, but I haven't watched it either. Or maybe I saw a couple clips of it. I don't remember, but I feel like I've seen it. And Jimmer's here. Jimmer says, how's the diesel heater? The diesel heater, I think I might need to take it apart and maybe replace is it the glow plug? I don't remember what they call that thing. It's working really good so far. Once in a while, it'll just decide to go out, and I don't really know why. This morning it was working fine. I switched it on, I don't know, hour and a half before I came out here, and it's been working good. It's just some days it'll run nonstop, and then other days I'll turn it on and it'll kind of burn out. So I might need to take it apart and clean it out because I haven't done that yet. And I know that's proper maintenance. But overall, it's working good. I need to replace the little exhaust tube. I have it running, of course, outside, and there's a split in it. So I need to patch that up a little bit, but yeah, I have no complaints over it. Paul says that the Seymour Duncan pickups. These are not the set that I got from you. This is a different set. I'm going to use the other ones for a different project. I got an idea. Yeah, these are Duncan distortions, which one of my favorite sets of pickups. I've got a handful, but this is one of them. Jimmer says yes, the glow plug. Yeah, I got one of these days. Maybe once we get into nicer weather, and I don't think I'll need it for a little while, or maybe even into late spring, early summer, I'll pull it apart, maybe throw like a rebuild kit or something in it, or at least clean everything. Jimmer says looking at building a waste oil burner. Yeah, that would be cool. It's not going to work for my application here, just because I don't have room. I don't have room to put that thing, but it would be awesome. Because I don't know about you guys, have you seen those waste oil burners? Those things are insane. Like they I don't know. Some of them like glow cherry red, and I surely don't need that in here. I just want a little heat. Oh, let's see here. Paul says, cool, right on. Sam says, what's the sound delay on those wireless guitar senders and receivers? Does it have a noticeable difference? None that I notice. I have a wireless unit, and I never noticed any lag or anything. Actually, mine's probably 15 years old, maybe older. And I've used it a lot, and I've never had an issue in a live sound application. Sam says UK is looking at banning log burners like a wood stove. Really? Craziness. That's crazy. Let's see. On the wireless thing, Harry dude, I'm sure you've got some experience for sure with those, maybe repairing them or something like that, wireless receivers. I've never noticed any lag. Have you? Have you had any different experiences? The one I have is it's a Shure unit, and it works awesome. Cool. So what else has been going on around here? Well, not a whole lot really. Like I mentioned, I've been just getting guitars ready for the show. And yeah, just once we get past this show, I've got a few more projects that I'm going to be tackling. But right now, I don't have any project in the works other than I'm working on the video for finishing this up. I'm hoping to film that once we're done here hanging out. Get that done, get that edited. That'll be coming out on Saturday. And then the video after that will be a recap kind of from the guitar show. So I got to get started on some new projects. So right now just in guitar show mode, but we'll get to some new stuff. So nothing at the moment is in the works, which is kind of weird. When I come out to work on something, I don't have a pile of things on the bench. Paul says, you could do a mini split if you have room on your wall to hang the inside unit. Yes, I could do that. I could put it back here, up above, where the unit goes outside. I totally could do that. And that, I think I could squeeze things in there if I rearranged a little bit. Sam says the workshop doesn't have a bar for drinks. I don't think I need a bar in the workshop. I wouldn't get anything done. And Robert says, speaking of summer, it's not here yet, but the weeds are starting to get tall enough. They'll maybe have to mow in the next day or so. Wow. I know we've been watching, we've had some nice weather. We had of course, a kind of fairly large snowstorm come through Wednesday night last week after the day we hung out last week. And we had a couple of snow days from school, and things were kind of closed down. We got maybe, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 inches of snow here. A lot of it melted, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much we got. Some areas around here got feet. So it was a little bit snowy for a few days, but now we're into a string of really nice weather, and I'm seeing the green grass starting to poke through, or maybe they're weeds. I don't know, but it's green, and yeah, it's a nice sight to see. But I'm nowhere near having to mow yet, that's for sure. Harry Dude says, never had a problem with my wireless gear. I use Sennheiser for my guitar and in-ears, and has some Shure wireless vocal mics. I've had more problems with congestion rather than latency. Interesting. I've used, let's see, my wireless is Shure. What was the in-ears that was wireless? I feel like that was a Shure as well. I think it was. But I also know some other guys that I played with at the time. One guy used, I think, a Sennheiser, maybe a couple of Sennheiser sets. Never had any um, weird issues with the wireless. They've always worked good. And Highline Guitars is here. Highline, Chris, good morning. How are you this fine Wednesday? Just a side note, I was talking about the storm. How much snow did you get in your neck of the woods? Highline Guitar says, I'll be curious to see your video about the show. I hate shows, but maybe you'll change that for me. Well, I know what you mean about shows. There's something about it that is kind of strange, but I really enjoyed last year was my first year attending as a vendor, and it was super fun. I really enjoyed meeting everybody and, just chatting and hanging out and, seeing people play my guitars, and it was just super cool. And I'm looking just as forward to it this year. It's a little stressful, trying to get things ready and set up, and but once the show gets rolling, I had a great time. I really did. And I have no reason to believe that this year will be any different. It is at a different location this year, which we're going to have more space, which is cool. Last year we only had 6-foot tables and not a whole lot of room. This year, they've increased the space. We have 8-foot tables, and I just think it's going to be better, more room to set things up. And yeah, I think it'd be cool. You should come out and check it out, and then maybe you can decide. Maybe attend the show. It's I think it's on 40th. I don't. Well, I was going to look it up, but I can't use the phone at the moment. 40th and Federal area or something like that. Yeah, it was definitely cool. I've got some friends from the Springs that are going to be up there with booths. I know, I don't even know who all's here. I'm gonna have to see if I can find an updated vendor list to see who all's there. I know Highlands Ranch Guitar Repair, I forget the name of their shop, but they're going to be there with a table, and just a bunch of people is from the last I saw. But yeah, you should come check it out. Come say hi. Excuse me. Sip of coffee. Paul says we've mowed twice already, and it's needing it again. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we're nowhere near mowing. I'm months away, probably. I just have these tiny little bits of green starting to come up here and there. And Highland Guitar says 18 inches of snow here in Highlands Ranch. Right on. I don't think we got that much. I think if it was colder, at least where I am anyway, we probably would have. Every time I went out and shoveled, around the cars and stuff, there was an inch or two of slush at the bottom. So I know that a ton of it melted. Sam says, leave one of your guitars outside and perhaps Banksy will add some art to it. Would add a lot to its overall price. I don't know who Banksy is. Is that bad? Am I missing something important? Hair Dude says, by congestion, I mean that I've done gigs with a lot of wireless traffic and had intermittent dropouts because of conflicting signals from other venues close by. Yeah, I know what you meant by congestion. There's so much there's only so much frequency there, and you get a bunch of traffic. It's like a traffic jam. When there's an accident on the highway, everybody's jammed up. Highline Guitar says, tomorrow I'll be doing a career day for kids at the National Jewish Hospital Elementary School. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. And Robert says, I watched a video of Gabrielle Reedy video where she just finished up 3 acoustic guitars she's raffling off, along with 2 electric guitars that a builder donated to raffle to raise money. Oh, that's cool. Oh, for a lady that to raise money for a lady that has health issues and needs assistance with the bills. That's cool. Sam says Banksy is a mysterious artist that nobody has seen. Oh, maybe that's why I didn't know anything. I don't know didn't know who that was. Because it's mysterious. Interesting. Yeah. Cool. Sorry, I'm scrolling. I know it's unprofessional. Unprofessional. Yeah, I should have printed off the information for the guitar show so I could have the address handy. But I'll post some more updates on it as we move through the week. Because I know last year, one of the cool things was there are some people that are local that came out and just said hi, and it was just cool meeting everybody. Edgelight says you need a producer. That would be awesome. So then I wouldn't have to try to do everything at once, because that is a challenge. A producer, I think if I was going to have anybody help me with stuff, it would be a video editor, because that would free up so much time. But a producer would be cool. No, we definitely don't have any big production crew here. You're looking at the crew and the producer and the editor and the guitar builder guy, and I do it all. Sometimes it is a challenge because there's only so much time in the day. But yeah, I think a video editor would probably be my first choice, just to have somebody edit. And that would be a huge help. Sam says Jeff is a producer of awesome guitars. But right on, Sam. Well done. Thank you. Highline Guitars. Oh, posted the address. Right on. He says 2024 Colorado Guitar Show and Custom Luthier Expo at the Crown Plaza DIA Convention Center, 15500 East 40th Ave, Denver, Colorado, 80239. Right on, Chris. Thank you. Thank you, Highline, for posting that up there. I appreciate that. Yep, that is the official address and location for anyone that is looking to attend. Like I said, the doors open at 10. It's like early bird from 10 to 11. And then they open at 11 for everybody else. I think for that first hour, you pay, I don't know, a couple bucks more or something like that to beat the crowds, like I said. And then main doors open at 11, I think 11 to 4. So anybody in the area, come on out, say hi, look at all of the awesome things. You can play this and, just check out everybody else's work. I mean, there's just some awesome stuff there. Edgelight says editing is why more people don't do this. You're not wrong. Editing takes a long time. Well, shooting video itself takes quite a long time as well. I could have a project that takes, I don't know, let's just say 4 hours for some sort of project. By having the camera, I believe in trying to explain things, it doubles your time. And I believe that. Especially when you're doing it all by yourself, right? So it takes what is seemingly a simple project and makes it take a lot longer. Not because the project's hard or anything, but just the time spent moving the camera and, getting whatever angle you want to get. And, especially if you're explaining, a lot of times I have to explain stuff like 6 times before it comes out the way I want it to in the video. And, of course, that all gets edited out when you're editing. But it's amazing how much time just filming a project adds to the project. But yeah, in the editing, the editing just takes a long time. So you're gonna, once you get the project done, then you're gonna spend, I don't know, several hours to a day or more, depending on what it is you're editing. And I don't do like super complicated edits with effects and all kinds of stuff. Uh, it just takes a long time. As a side note, I've been looking into switching my video editing software. I've been having a look at DaVinci Resolve and might be switching over to that if I can start to understand it a little bit more. I haven't actually edited with it yet, but I've been kind of going through playing around with it. So it'd be interesting to see. Paul says, I don't do videos of my building because it takes too much to do videos, and I'm a builder. Yeah, there you go. It takes a lot, so you got to wear several hats all at once. So you're trying to build the project, but then you got to have your video producer hat that you can switch to. Yeah, it adds a lot to it. And I'm not saying that as a complaint. I'm not complaining at all. It's just what happens. Harry Dude says, if I leave now, I might make it. I think you could, Harry Dude. That would be awesome. You can come hang out at the Haley Guitars table, which actually this year, we're going to have two. We're going to have two tables there. A little bit more space. Robert says, Gabrielle has been in the GGBO at least 2, maybe 3 years. The main types of guitars she builds are acoustic, and she had some really neat builds with picture type inlays for the top. I saw that. It was like blue. I think it was blue. Something was blue. Sam says, would be awesome to show up in a drivable guitar vehicle loaded up with guitars. That would be kind of cool. That's awesome. Yeah, you had like a dune buggy, or some sort of kind of thing, and you just built a guitar body around it. That would be fun. Highland Guitar says, I'm rendering my next video right now, which is why I can watch your live show today. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I really like the Adobe stuff. I have not used Premiere. The main reason I haven't necessarily was because I don't like that subscription model. Probably shouldn't say that, because but I just don't. I don't know. I want to just like own the piece of software, even if it's, expensive. Back in the day, you could buy Adobe, you could buy the suite, and it was expensive, but once you paid for it, you owned it. And now it's subscription, and I don't like monthly subscriptions for dang near anything. So that's really the only reason I haven't gone to Adobe. I still use an old version of Photoshop, Illustrator, and that sort of thing, because I bought it a long time ago. And for now, it still works. I imagine at some point it's not going to work, but for now it's been working, and it's just what I use. That's my only gripe with not just Adobe. I don't know. I just don't like subscriptions. I try to keep, the monthly outflow as low as possible, and subscriptions just don't do it for me. At some point, I'll probably end up having to do some more subscription things, but again, that's also why I'm experimenting with DaVinci Resolve. It's by Blackmagic Design, who makes a ton of hardware, cameras, all kinds of things for videos. And their software, as of right now, you can download the free version, and they have like a paid version that's a one-time fee. And that just kind of, I don't know, it sits right with me, if that makes any sense. The software I'm using now it used to be Sony Vegas. And at the moment, you can do a subscription plan, or you can do, the actual license. But I've not been happy with that software. It switched from Sony Vegas to just Vegas, and I have a lot of crashes with that. And I've been back and forth with tech support, and they can't offer me any suggestions. So I'm kind of looking at leaving that and switching over. So the My only hesitation is mainly because I know this Vegas software and I can edit pretty quick on it, and I got to learn something new, which is not a bad thing, but it will slow down the editing for a little while. Edgelight says, I have 13 videos for one project and I need to edit them down to one. I have no idea what software to even use. Oh, well, we were just a little bit of a discussion about software. Like I said, if you are not already set into a software at this moment, DaVinci Resolve, you can download the free version. And there's only a few limitations that I know of at the moment, but you should be able to do all your editing. Now, I can't tell you how to do it in DaVinci because I have no idea yet. I haven't even gotten that far, but it's something that I'm exploring. As far as other free ones, I'm not 100% sure. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them over there for a free video editor. I don't know if there are any other ones. That's the only one that I know of. But check it out. So far, from what I'm seeing, it's got DaVinci I'm talking about. It's got all the features are there that you would need in the free version. Yeah, I don't. That would be my suggestion at this moment. Let's see. Sam says there's a construction lamp on eBay with a built-in camera for security. You could convert a lamp with a GoPro, be much better than the eBay version. Interesting. And Henry's here. Henry, good morning. Henry says, I'd like to get a decent camera to start making project videos. I know I should use my phone to start, but I would like to have a dedicated camera to mount without constantly adjusting it. Likely, you're probably going to have to adjust it, even a camera, just to get, I mean, unless you're looking for like just an overhead kind of view where it could sit in one spot. I mean, you could do that with your phone. Just try it. A dedicated camera is nice, but use your phone to start. Just start. You got it. Oh, Henry, are you going to be able to make it to the guitar show? We're going to be up there Sunday. Come on out. You can play this one. Harry Dude says, subscriptions suck. I might not use the program for a while, so why would I want to pay for it like that? Yes. I'm with you. That's exactly how I feel. I can't stand them. I don't know. Maybe get off my lawn. Maybe I'm old school. But it just makes me crazy. I would rather, spend, several hundreds of dollars to buy a piece of software and have it, if it sits for a long time, then that's my fault. But it's mine. And I don't have to pay these dang subscriptions. Get off my lawn. Oh boy. Now Paul says, I've used CapCut in Final Cut Pro on my Mac for the videos that I have done. Oh yeah, Final Cut. Is that free? Is that a Mac? That's a Mac thing, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know that Apple stuff. Sam says, dang, autocorrect. Meant to be better today. You're good. It's all good, Sam. And Burnaby's here. Burnaby says, good morning. It's been a minute since I've watched your live streams. Yes, Burnaby, how have you been? Glad you're here. Right on. I hope your day's going awesome. That's awesome. What have you been up to? Highline Guitar says, sadly, the whole subscription business model is bad as it is easy to lose track from your finances. Yes, it's exactly. Like I said, I try to keep a good hold on all of that stuff because, really, I feel like you have to, and the subscriptions are all, I just don't like it. I don't think I could say that any other way. I try to avoid it as much as I can. I think we have very few subscription services, if any. Well, I think we might have one. I don't even like that, but Paul says, yeah, but I'd like to get into the shop, get it done. Filming just takes too much thought out of what I'm doing. Yeah, it does. You've got to be able to switch. There is, I've never really thought about it like that, but there is a mental switch, right? So when I'm setting up the camera, I'm thinking video, right? So I'll set it however I want it. And then when I go back to the project, I've got to go back into project mode. I never thought about that. You're always having to switch back and forth. Huh. There's probably some sort of, well, I can't think of what the word is. Some sort of mental thing that does to your brain, having to switch back and forth all the time. Interesting. Yes, and I hear you, Paul, because I mean, there's times when I just want to come out and I just want to get stuff done. This one, I did not film the final assembly because it's the same as I've done in other build videos, you know, the wiring and all that stuff. So I did get to finish putting this together, you know, dress the frets, everything without a camera running, and it went super fast. You know, if I'm running a camera, it takes so much longer. Sam says, perhaps get a low-cost gaming laptop. Although you won't play games, it would be excellent for streaming use. Yes, Sam, I have one. My buddy Christopher Chaos hooked me up with an old one that he had. And after replacing a few components on there, that's what I got it for, or that's what he gave it to me for. And I've mentioned before, my issue now is more internet speed, and I'm waiting on some new Wi-Fi stuff that'll hopefully solve that problem, and we'll start streaming from camera, laptop type things. We're putting in a mesh system instead of the awkward and kind of janky system that we've been using. So we're going to try a mesh, one of those, you know, whole home mesh systems, and hopefully that'll help. Time will tell, though. It should be here at the end of the week. And Robert says, on one of my computers, I have a really old copy of Adobe Creative Suite, and I still use, since like you, I don't like the subscription model either. Yes, that's what I have, Robert. I have, man, I don't even know what it is, CS4, something like that. You open it up and it looks pretty outdated, but it's what I use, Photoshop, Illustrator. Yeah, I'll keep using it as long as it boots up. Henry says, what part of making this guitar on the bench are you most proud of, or did you learn the most from while making? Man, Henry, you always have amazing questions. What am I most proud of? That's a tough one. Really? I hadn't really thought about that. I think maybe the way the neck looks, but I can't take credit for that because that's just a piece of wood. I don't know. I love that flame maple. Mahogany quilted maple. What part of the build am I most proud of? I guess maybe the finish. Even though I was slightly skeptical of the process, I really like the way it turned out. I really like that kind of matte look, matte to satin. I don't know if you'd call it satin. You can see a little bit of reflection there, but boy, it's not much. I think probably the finish. That's my final answer. And what did I learn the most from? Again, I would say the finish. This is finished with True Oil, the neck as well as the body. It's not something that I've ever done on a guitar, and I've surely never tried to make it matte. And so there was some learning there because I just wasn't sure. I did test. I know Highline Guitars says test on scrap a lot too, and I couldn't agree more because especially when you're using a new finish. Where is my test piece? I don't know where it is now. I got a scrap around here that I tested the finish on, trying to figure out the best way. I mean, there was a certain amount of testing done actually on the body, but I did test on scrap, and just to understand how this process was going to work. So it just because, well, you'll know when the video comes out, but to do this, I apply the coats of True Oil, and as you apply more coats, it starts to get glossier and glossier as it builds up the layers. I only applied about 4 coats to this body. Actually, it might have been 5 on the top. But by then it was starting to get fairly glossy. But once that cured, I took steel wool and basically deglossed it. But I had never had great success with that in the past. I've tried it on other things, and I don't know, maybe it was me at the time. I hadn't quite tested enough or something. I was a little bit hesitant as to how that was going to work. So yeah, just that learning process, that testing and understanding how this particular product works, I think was probably the biggest thing that I learned from the whole process. So there you go, Henry. I would say the finish is most proud of because I really like the matte look, and it's also the step that I learned the most from. Everything else, I've done all that before. I've shaped the body, I've routed pickup cavities, I've done all of that stuff, but I hadn't done a matte True Oil finish. Well, I've never done a matte True Oil finish on anything. I was gonna say on a guitar, but this is the first guitar I've used True Oil on, and I like it. Sam says, fair enough. Time surfing alien. Dash cams are cheap. Yeah. Paul says, I work in IT, so yeah, Final Cut Pro was free. Ding. Sam says, that coffee needs whiskey to Irish it up a bit. Yeah, I like my coffee as it is. I don't need fancy additives. Robert says, one other thing about the subscription software is sometime when they make changes and updates, sometimes it's enough of a change. It's like learning all over again. Well, you're not wrong there. It's like that though, even on, like I mentioned, I use Vegas editing software. When I have upgraded it a time or two, I've bought the newest version, and there's been a few times, well, actually probably all the times, the overall look is different, the layout's different, and you spend a day trying to get things moved around and figure out where everything is. I think that goes for pretty much all software. Edgelight says, I even got rid of Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus. I can't stand the subscription model either. Yes, everyone. We're all together. But yet they keep pushing more subscription. Right? And if you look at it from the other side, I get it. I totally understand, where they're coming from for their business model, right? It's that income coming in every month, right? I get it, but I don't like it from the consumer side. Yeah, I totally understand from the business side. But yeah, I'd still try to stay away. Sam, you might want to rephrase that. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Heritage says, I've got Vegas 13. I think it's called Movie Studio now. Movie Studio, here's a little interesting thing. So yes, Vegas 13, I think, is what I started with. It might have been 12. Then I believe at some point I bought 15. How did that work now? Now I'm on 18. Is it 18 or 19? No, I was on 18, I think. At that point, they had kind of split some things. So then they had they had Movie Studio 19, and then they had Vegas Pro. Movie Studio now, you're right, that is what it's called, but it is not the same piece of software. Apparently, because I bought it and I installed it, and everything was different from I think it was 19 Movie Studio. And I messaged him. I'm like, look, this is not the same piece of software. Why is this so different? And they explained that at some point, and I'm going to miss some little details here. At some point, the company that acquired Vegas, I believe from Sony, they had their own piece of editing software. A bit less, let's see, maybe lower end, let's just say. I don't know how else to word that. And then they had Vegas. So they changed their lower end pre-existing piece of software to Movie Studio, and they kept Vegas as Vegas Pro. And so I had basically downgraded, even though it's still called Vegas Movie Studio. I had them, basically refund it. I sent them their license and all that stuff back, and I purchased Vegas Pro. So there is still Vegas Studio or Movie Studio, but Vegas Pro is more the same Vegas like you're using now. It's just the updated version. So I would not recommend, if you ever want to upgrade it, don't go to the Movie Studio, go to the Vegas Pro, because it's more like what you're using now, if you're using it from 13. Because it was I felt like I had a mild heart attack when I first opened that Movie Studio one. I thought, well, it's the latest version of Movie Studio, and that's what I'm using. So, not at all. Vegas Pro is the version now. They've got a new one out, but again, that's I'm kind of tired of upgrading when I still have some stability issues with the software, and I can't get anywhere with tech support. When you send a thing in there, and I'm not knocking them. I mean, the software seems to do everything I want it to do. It doesn't work well with external plugins. I've been experimenting with that. I've got some Waves plugins and stuff. Doesn't seem to like those that much, but yeah, that's why I'm thinking of switching to DaVinci. Not only is DaVinci free, but I can upgrade it for a couple $100 if I want to, and it's for life. I don't know. That's my short spiel on Vegas. Got in the weeds on that one, but anyway. Sam says, do you insure your guitars from any possible events? Interesting. I have extra insurance here to cover things like that, I would imagine. But out and about, like I don't have any, nothing out of the ordinary, I would say. I do have all that stuff as extra on my insurance here, for that reason. Just because, there's a lot of stuff here. Sometimes I have stuff, for a customer or something like that. But yeah, that has been covered with my insurance company. Edgelight says, I use tongue oil. I think it's a similar process. It probably is. I've not done a straight tongue oil finish, but I think it probably is. If any of you have used like the Crimson Guitars finishing oil, this is very similar. I feel like the True Oil is a little bit thicker. I feel like it builds faster, and that could be, Crimson has a high build oil as well. That could be about the same. I've only used the regular, I've not used the high build, but it seems like a very similar process, and feel as well. Sam says maybe make dummy guitar bodies for video game controllers, like the plastic version, little tiny ones. Time Surfing Alien says, wired my first guitar yesterday. It works. A big 2 thumbs up to you. Right on. That is always one of my favorite parts. For of the assembly process. The first step is when I get the bridge and everything on and I string it up. And, maybe I don't even have intonation and stuff set yet, but just hearing it, hearing it do that is cool. But then when you connect that last wire, solder everything in place, and then you plug it into an amp and you hear some sound come out. That is cool. It is a cool feeling. Congrats. That's awesome. Robert says, I have some quilted maple that is 3/4 of an inch thick and about 8-inch wide. I've cut it in half to be used for a top. I was looking at it last night thinking that I would like to have a bandsaw to resaw. You and me both, Robert. Yes. I want a resaw saw. And Paul coming in with the super chat. Right on, Paul. Oh, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Says, keeping Jeff in coffee. Yes, you guys are awesome. You're making sure that the cup does not run dry. Right on. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And here we go again, every time. I don't know why it won't let me hit the button for quite some time. It just wants to change the focus spot on the camera. But I'll get it. I'll get it. I will keep pressing this button until it clicks. Uh-oh, what have I done? I've done something. What is that? Oh, filters. I don't want filters. There we go. And Brian's here. Brian says, hi, Jeff and everyone. Hope all is well. Sorry I'm late. We have not sprung ahead yet. That is a beautiful guitar behind you. Thank you, Brian. Right on. So, Brian, when is spring ahead in Germany? And how is everyone in Germany? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Yeah, this is the one I just finished up, Brian. I'll be taking this to the local guitar show this coming weekend. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I can't really get it all in frame to show you. Yeah, isn't that crazy how some countries haven't sprung ahead and some countries don't spring ahead and some states don't spring ahead? And I wish, well, number one, I wish it would just go away. Just leave the time alone. But if they're not, we should all be on the same schedule. Paul says, I use boiled linseed oil and have used the crimson oils. Like the crimson stuff. I do too, Paul. I like that stuff. That has been my favorite finish on a neck, but this one, I'm liking this one too. Sam says, full-size guitar bodies, like on Guitar Hero games. That would be interesting. You put in a controller. Highline Guitar says, I'm using Sutherland Wells polymerized tongue oil, sort of like True Oil, but I know what's in it. I have no idea what's in True Oil. Well, that's true. See what it did there? I don't either. I don't know what's in it. But yeah, I've seen some of the videos you've done on the Sutherland stuff. And maybe I have to try that. See how that works out. Paul says, gotta go. Have a great week and have a great time at the show. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. And you have a good week as well. Glad you could stop by for a while and not get interrupted by work. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to, Neptunes, who's in here a lot, sent me an email the other day, asked me to pass along to you guys that apparently his work is not allowing him to hang out with us anymore. Boo! But he wanted me to tell everyone hi and kind of let you know why he's not here. So those darn higher ups, put the squash on like outside video and stuff like that. What a drag. Hopefully he'll be able to get to tune in and hang out with us occasionally. We'll miss hanging out with Neptunes. But he's doing well and wanted to say hi to everyone. Sam says, I'm not sure how much it would cost to send rocket fuel coffee. It's equivalent to 3 or 4 cans of Red Bull in one drink. Yeah, I don't know either, Sam. Especially when you have to write down on the, customs thing, rocket fuel. You probably wouldn't think kindly of that. No, just don't write rocket fuel. Brian says, we spring ahead on March 31st. All is well here. Very nice guitar. I wish I could make it to the guitar show. I do too, Brian. But glad to hear everyone's doing well. That's awesome. Robert says, for some reason, the number of likes showing stops at the number it shows when I click it. But watching, I only see 3. Interesting. I have no idea. Sam says, time starts in GMT in the UK. Oh, you're GMT? Oh, yeah. Greenwich Mean Time, right? So you're GMT. Yeah, I don't know if I ever knew that. For some reason I thought that was like, I don't know, in Greenland or something. Shows what I know. Sam says, thank you, Legend, for today's fantastic stream. Thank you, Sam. If it weren't for you guys coming in and hanging out, I wouldn't be here sitting in front of this screen thing. You guys make it possible, so thank all of you. I appreciate it. Dude says, I liked your video on metal engraving. Looking for someone local to do a one-off job for me on brass. Yeah, thanks, Dude. The only thing I would say is it's not technically engraving. It's more like, you ever like cook a casserole or something in the oven, and maybe you reheat it the next day in the oven in the pan, and like the stuff on the side like turns all black and like sticks to the pan, and it's crazy to try to scrub off. Sort of like that, as a very strange analogy. So you paint that liquid on there, or you use the spray. The spray looks super convenient too, and basically the laser, I don't know, burns it to the metal. It doesn't technically etch it, I don't believe, but it cooks this stuff to the metal, and it stays there, and it's super awesome. But yeah, that is I got to play around with that some more. I mean, you could do, if you did neck plates on a guitar, you could put that on a neck plate. There's just a lot of things. Maybe metal pickup covers. You could, do some sort of designs or a logo or something like that on there. Man, you know what? I'm gonna have to try this. Now I'm thinking a little bit more. I bet you could paint that on a knob. Like, say you got a chrome knob, and put that on there. I gotta try that. Put a logo or, something on there. Huh. Now I'm thinking a little more outside the box. I'll bet you could. There's a ton of stuff you could do with that. Huh. Yeah, it's super cool to be able to, because a diode laser, which is what mine is, you can't really do much on metal. You could burn powder coating off of things and have an image, but if it's not already coated, you don't have a whole lot of options. So by using that fluid, you just paint it on there, let it dry, burn the thing in with the laser, and you're good to go. It works really good. But yeah, so you want to do something like that on brass. Do you know anybody with a laser? I mean, I could do it, but it'd probably cost more for shipping. Sam says, I'm a mod for 2 other channels if you're looking for a replacement. Possibly, Sam. I'll let you know. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I might. But I mean, most of the time I don't need, it's very helpful, to be able to have somebody that can post links and things. But it's not a whole lot of, you're getting unruly, so you're kicked out of here, because you guys are awesome. But I'll let you know. Robert says, I have some of the Odie's oil I've tested, but really have not used it. I do like the look and feel of the finish, and they have different formulas. It's a bit pricey, but a little goes a long way. That's kind of like the, what's that? What is that stuff? Osmo. Like, have you ever used the Osmo oil? It's one of those hard wax oils. Man, the finish the feel is incredible. It's kind of a velvety smooth, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to explain it. It feels super nice. The only thing is it doesn't build up on the surface, so you don't get you don't get a whole lot of protection. I don't know. I mean, this isn't a super thick finish either. It just depends on what you want. I've done one body with that just as more of a test, and it feels super nice. Know Your Joe says, good day, everyone. Good morning. Sam says, learning to play the guitar hurts the fingers. Blisters are a pain. They are, literally. Know Your Joe says, I need to be getting here earlier. 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's when we start. 9 a.m. I says, great looking guitar. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy to have this thing done. And I can't wait to have it at my Haley Guitars table at the 2024 Colorado Guitar Show and Luthiers Expo this Sunday, which is where I'll be. I'll be there. You come hang out. Anybody in the area, come say hi. Come play some of the stuff. Check out all the cool things. Grab some stickers. It's going to be a fun time. And Highline Guitar says, everyone, stop what you're doing and click the thumbs up button. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to start wrapping this up here pretty quick. And yeah, I got to get back to working on getting things ready for the show. But yeah, hit that thumbs up button before we wrap this up. Appreciate that. Robert says, I've not used the Osmo. I've seen it used. Sweet Tea really likes the Osmo. Yeah, I really like the feel. I tried it. I've tested it. And yeah, it seems, that would be the only downside that I can come up with at the moment is it doesn't build up a thick protective layer, if that's something you're looking for. If you're not worried about it, man, it feels great. I really want to try it on an acoustic sometime. Just that kind of silky, satiny look, not a big, thick finish on there. I'll probably get the evil eye from some of my acoustic builder friends, but maybe not. What if we call it, here you go, Highline, what if we call it tone oil? And you just smear it on everything. Then everyone would sell like hotcakes. It's tone oil. Osmo tone oil. Oh boy, yeah, let's not go there. That'll make somebody upset for sure. Sam says Jeff started at 3 p.m. GMT. Time Surfing Alien says, have a good day. Right on, you too. Thanks for tuning in. Know Your Joe says, I would if I was in the area, I certainly would. What did you finish it in? This is finished both the body and the neck in True Oil, and then sanded back to a matte. I shouldn't say sanded, buffed maybe with steel wool to get more of that matte look. And I'm happy with it. It turned out really nice. Jimmer says, ammo can guitar build. That would be cool. Yeah, I've seen that video. That's a Justin Johnson video. Highline says, the toenail oil. Gross. Oh, that's nasty. But very funny. Time Surfing Alien says, improve your tone oil. Sell like crazy. Yes, it would. Isn't that crazy how everyone gets so wrapped up in, a lot of that stuff? You gotta tone. Anything tone related. and I feel like Highline Guitars and I share a lot of the same views is for a lot of that stuff. Are there certain things where it affects? Yes, I believe that. In an acoustic. Do whatever you want. Have fun. Build the instrument you want to build. Don't read all this stuff on the internet. Oh boy. Know Your Joe says, what type of maple? Quilted? The top is quilted maple. The neck is flamed maple. So lots of figuring on this one. So we got nice flamed maple neck. And this is a mildly quilted. I mean, it's not heavily, but I like the grain. I just love the, even the regular grain lines. But you do get a little bit of that quilting coming through. And that's why I wanted to do a natural finish. because I do like the grain lines that show here. Plus, you can see the mild quilting in here. Some of this stuff, it's almost like, you can see the ovals of, quilt. It's almost like you painted it on there with something. This one is just a light quilt, and I do like the grain. And overall, I like the way it turned out. So yeah, quilted maple, mahogany, flame maple. Heritage says, call it guitar finishing ketchup. Because it'll go on anything. Oh, that's awesome. That would be an incredible name for a product. Some finishing ketchup. I love it. Let's develop something. Some sort of an oil that you just smear on there. And it's in a ketchup bottle. So you could just like take it and squirt a little on the rag and you smear it on. Maybe even you squirt it on there. That would be amazing. Sam says, thank you again for the stream. Please take care, everyone. Right on, Sam. Thank you for being part of this stream. I'm having fun now. Finishing ketchup. Robert says, one thing you might do is use the True Oil, and once the last application is fully cured, use something like Odie's or Osmo. I wonder how that would work. I'd have to test it. Time Surfing Alien says, I agree. Wood has very little to do with tone in an electric guitar. Depends on who you talk to, though. I try not to bring it up too often, but... Sam says, what was the very first electric guitar made and played on stage in a band? I have no idea. I have no idea. Time Surfing says, sure love the woodworking, though. That's like one of the funnest things about the whole process, other than actually hearing someone play it. Robert says, oh, one other thing about the Odie's, it was originally developed as a floor finish for basketball courts. That's what they say about the Osmo, too. It's like a Swedish? Norwegian? I don't remember. Floor finish. But, I don't know. Sam says they're liquid chocolate for guitars. Jimmer, nappy hair oil. Heritage says tone wood equals marketing wood. Yes, it does. I say build whatever you want to build with whatever you want to build it with and see how it works. Yep. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap this up. Get back to guitar show prep. I got to film the end of this video and get that edited for your viewing enjoyment this coming Saturday. At least that's the plan, unless something goes awry. But knock on wood, we should be good. It's all edited up until right about now. And just got to close out the video, get that edited. And that's my goal for today, as well as preparing more for the show. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was a fun one, as they all are, but guitar finishing ketchup. I like that. I got to keep that in mind. We got to come up with something for that. Brian says, take care, everyone. Stay safe and enjoy your week. Brian, you too. Have an awesome week over there. Tell everyone hi. Jimmer says, outtakes. Harry Dude says, stay well, folks. Catch you all next week. Know Your Joe says, hope you have a great show. Well, thank you. He says, thanks. See ya. Right on. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being part of this Wednesday Live here at Homebuilt Workshop / Haley Guitars. I appreciate all of you taking some time. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out, as well as the subscribe button, if for some strange chance you're not already subscribed. You guys have an awesome week. Stay safe. Stay well. Remember, if you're in the area this weekend, in the Denver, Colorado area, get out to the guitar show. Come see the guitars. Come say hi. Get some stickers. All that stuff. Heritage says button. You know, it's amazing. It actually works a bit better on this. It's kind of crazy. Thanks again, guys. We will see you all next time. Oh, they moved the button to this side. It was over here. They're messing with me. Later, everyone. We'll catch you next time. We're out. Ready? Button. Okay.